You've probably seen these neon style shorts all over the internet. In my opinion, it looks really good. I've been wanting to create these kind of videos for a while. Yesterday in the morning, I had no clue how to create this sort of style, but it's 12 p.m. the next day. I've posted 5 of these shorts. On TikTok, they got like 4 to 4,500 views, and on YouTube, as you can see on the screen, they're just keep on getting more and more views. Really good retention rate, or AVD. If you want to create these kind of videos and you don't want to spend like a week learning how to do it, just watch this video, because yesterday I had no idea how to create these, and I've created 5 by 12 p.m. today. Now, in terms of how much time it took me to do it, this is today. Today I created 2 of these shorts. It took me 1 hour and 42 minutes in After Effects and 8 minutes in Premiere Pro. And yesterday, 3 hours and 40 seconds in After Effects, 90 minutes in Premiere Pro, so 3 hours 20 minutes and like 1 hour 50 minutes. So it took me just over 5 hours to create 5 neon shorts. It doesn't take a lot of time, so let's get into it. Now, because I create these shorts around quotes, I just found a number of quotes online, and I want to show you this one. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. I think it's a beautiful quote, and I want to create a short around this. I think the light is going to be a challenge, but okay, let's get into it. So first, I will create a new folder. I'll just call it the name of the quote. And by the way, you don't need anything extra like material, plugins, whatever. You can do all of this neon stuff in After Effects. And then add music and sound effects in Premiere Pro. Open After Effects, new project. I'll create composition just to have it saved. Let's put it 1 and save it. You can see, there we go. Now, the first thing I'll do is I'll create a background. Okay, so I can double click here. It will create a layer the size of the frame that you have. We can just click on fill, increase the opacity, it will be dark. What I imagine is there will be a person in the dark with eyes down, because we're using this quote of it's during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. So he'll be standing down, and then a light will appear above him. Like I have no idea what kind of light it will be, but we'll come up with something. And then he'll look to the light, and then we'll have this text pop up on the screen with typewriter effect, and it will be beautiful. Okay, so we created this, and I will call it main, because this is where I'll do all the stuff. I will create another composition, and I will call it a person, because I want to create a person on another composition, later put him in here, and it's just way easier. Now I'll create another background to see the person, and to create the person, we'll go into shapes. You can hold the left button on the mouse, create ellipse tool. Now we'll put fill to 0 and stroke to like 10. It doesn't matter, we can adjust it later. In terms of the color, I'll put it to like orange yellow. We can adjust it later, it's not a problem. Now I want to create a head, a circle. So if I hold shift, it will make the perfect circle. Let's make it like 21. If we select the shape and then click here to align, if you don't have the align part in the like effects, you can go into window and add align. Now let's call this the background, because we'll have quite a few layers so that it's easier for us to find it. And this will be the head. Now I want to create the body. So I use the pen tool, just select the first one, press here, and then holding shift, press down. So this is our body. And now we will call it body. Now we need to create arms and legs. So we use the same pen tool. Since the person will be just standing, we will not animate him. We can create just straight legs instead of like legs with knees. Just deselect everything. You can deselect everything with Command Shift A or Control Shift A on PC. With pen selected, we create a leg like this. And what we can do is we call it leg right. Then we can copy it with Command D or Control D on PC, and then we can select the selection tool and just do like this. and magic will happen, right? So we just kind of, can you see what we did? Actually, it doesn't look that straight. Let's do it again. To just reverse, use Command Z or Control Z on PC. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now let's create arms. Let's just do something like this. Okay, it doesn't look good. Okay, so let's say that that'll be our arm. We'll just copy it, move it to the other side. That's it. That doesn't have to be perfect. Now let's call it, so this is arm right, this is arm left. One thing I don't really like here is that it has straight angles here on the arm. So the way I do it is I go into contents, shape, fill, stroke, and then in the line cap, you want to make it to round. Let's see what we have here. Hey, we have a round arm here. Now we'll do the same for every, I will do this for every part of the body. So arm right, content, shape, stroke. Okay, so this leg is not really straight, we'll just move it a little bit. This arm is also like a little bit weird. Okay, let's do it like this. Yeah, looks good, more or less. So now we have the person. Now we need to create eyes, as I told you in the beginning of the video. This is a little bit challenging. I don't know how to do it, so we'll just try to do it. What I'm thinking about is creating I don't know. What we can do is we can take head, Command X, and then we will create another composition, head with eyes. We'll create a background, fill to 100 so that we see it, stroke to 0 to get rid of the stroke. And now we'll put the head here, and here we can make a drawing to make his eyes actually stroke. We need stroke. Does that look like eyes? I don't think so. It needs to be higher. Okay, so let's do it. So does that look like an eye, more or less? Yeah, I know it looks a little bit weird, but you'll see it in the end. Okay, and now we can put this head with eyes here. We just need to hide the background, and there you go. Okay, perfect. Now, if we go into main composition and we put the person here, hey, there we go. Now we just need to make the person a little bit smaller. And by the way, what we can also do is we can create a glow effect. Okay, so I already have a preset for this, but I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's say for the head, we'll add a glow, and then we'll put radius to like 700. And you can see we have this glow effect here. So this is how you do the glow, you just add it. Now we just select the effect, Control C to the head, Control V. Now we have the glowing head. Now we just need to deselect the background. And now we can paste the same effect everywhere here. Now I have the glowing person. I think what might be a good idea is to add a path to create like a person standing or something. So once again, we'll just select the pen tool. Let's go into the person. No, let's go here because we need to see more. Now we'll just create a path, something like this. We'll adjust it, don't worry. Okay, now we'll create another path. Actually, we can just copy this path. Control D, okay, Command D, sorry. And then we can transform it and position. Okay, why can we not see the path? That's a great question. I see. Okay, so this is the path. Okay, let's call it names because that might be confusing sometimes. And this is background. So this is the path. We just copy it and then we move it down. And it, as you can see, it has a fill turned on. We'll turn it off soon. Okay, so we have fill here. Once again, if you don't have the properties path, you can go into window and add it, properties. Now we need to fill color. We can do it here. Opacity to 0, opacity to 0. Now what we need to do is we need to, first of all, move the person to the foreground, and where we created the person, we need to deselect the background, to hide it. And now we just need to make the path a little bit fitter. It's quite fat, sorry, not this thing. Stroke, Okay, looks better. Okay, so what did we put for a stroke? 13. We'll put 13 here as well for the other stroke. And then why don't we change the color to white? White. Okay, now we need to add a glow effect once again. So we can go into like head or a person and select the glow effect, Control C or Command C. And now to path, Control V, Control V. There we go. If you look at the quote, we need to focus on light. We need to create a light. Now, I haven't created light. I don't know what it will look like. So we just need to come up with something. And that's a bit of a challenge because we don't know what the light looks like. I think we can create sort of like a head of this person, but to make it white and just to add like a bigger glow effect around it as if it was the sun, and then the person will look at the sun. So head with eyes, we can go to project, we have our head with eyes, we can copy it, Control D, and we'll call it sun. Well, it is light, but we'll call it sun. And now let's delete this thing. And let's try, does it have fill? It doesn't. Okay, so, I'll show you why I'm doing this later. We need to add a shadow to the head. Now we go into effect controls, and we need, where's the shadow? Did I miss it somehow? Maybe I added it here? Well, I'm not sure. Let's add the shadow. Sorry, we need to drop a shadow. Okay, perfect. Shadow color, we'll give it this opacity. Distance, decrease, softness. And why I want to add the fill here, because I don't want it to like glow inside, but let's see how it works. Let's add the fill in. Does it look better like this, or like this, or like I think like this? It looks way better. Let's try to put the sun in here. We'll go into project, sun. Yeah, we need to disable the background, right? Is this the background? Yeah. Let's go with background, because why didn't we call it? And let's make it white. Why don't we? Okay, head, stroke, white, and then we'll also do this for the shadow, and we also need to deselect background here. Okay, perfect. We have our sun. Now let's move the sun somewhere for this person to look at. Actually, let's move it a little bit higher, because we'll want to put the text here somewhere in the middle, because I think if it's too high, it will mess with people's brains, like why is it too high? It's less balanced. Now let's animate this. So we'll have the sun, we'll have it the end position here. Let's put it to like 10 seconds, okay, like roughly. But right now we'll put it there, and we'll add the ease in effect. The difference, so this one goes a bit smoother, although we definitely need to make it faster, like 5 seconds. Okay, it's not as smooth as I want it to be. So what I will do is I will open this thing, graph editor, and you can see the ease in effect here. You can see that it's not smooth. It's like it's fast in the beginning, super fast, and then it slows down. But I want it to be a bit more like this. So let's do it maybe like this, because it's too slow in the end. Yeah, it looks better. Okay, if you don't have these, because I didn't have these at some point, you need to add the effect easy is out, is in. So easy ease does both. Is in goes in smooth. Is out is used when we start the movement. Is in is used when we end the movement. So this will be is out. This is in. I know it's confusing, but just remember that. Write it down somewhere. It will help you a lot. Now we need to animate his head. So we need head with eyes. So let's say it's like 330, let's say 330, we have it here, and then no, we don't need it here, we need it here, but we'll just need to deselect the background. Okay, and here in the head transitions we need rotation. Yep, there we go. And until for like a second he will try his head. I see. So we need to change the anchor point. Oh, no, something. How do I move just this thing? See, I'm still learning stuff every single day because I need this anchor point to be here. Okay, so let's okay, yeah, let's do it this way. This is roughly the middle week. Once again, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, there we go. And now, second passes by, we do the rotation. You can see it's not really in the middle, right? So we do need to a bit lower, a bit here. We're just changing the anchor point, and now we will change the position. Okay, so if we rotate it here, okay, still not quite in the middle, looks like it. Apologies guys, this does take some time because once again, I learned it yesterday. Let's say it's enough. If not, we'll just change the position. Okay, a minute goes by, we change the rotation for it to look up, and then we'll also change the position because it does need to be a bit higher. There you go. And then we'll also add the ease out, ease in. Now let's look at the main. We also need to select this dark background here. Okay, there you go. Actually, I think it's a bit too slow when the person looks up. So let's change this to just a bit quicker to see what it looks like. No, we still need it quicker, like it's too slow. So it is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. And then maybe the path appears then? Quick question. Let's make it in a way that our paths will appear. Let's see how it will do it. Transform. When the person looks up, the path will appear. So the way I did it is, in the beginning, we have opacity set to 0, and once the moon light comes out, we have the opacity to 100. Now we'll just do the same thing for the other part. So we'll, to kind of switch like this between keyframes, just press shift and move. It will kind of glue to them. Now we'll just set opacity. Here we set it to 0. Here we set it to 100. Okay, so this appears too fast. We need to move it. Yeah, looks okay. No, a bit too slow because we'll also have the text, right? Something like this, we'll adjust it later. And now I'm thinking the person needs to look down from here, 512, let's say 515, and we will move his head down. Now, select these, Control C, Control V, we'll paste them here. Actually, no, we need Control C, Control V to copy these first, then move a little bit, and then Control C, Control V. And now we'll just select easy ease. And then his head goes down. Okay. Now we will add the text. I will just copy it. I can press Command T and it will open the text writer. and I will just Control V. I'll put the text here. I will put it in the middle. We need to delete this thing. The quality was worse because I wasn't using it in full thing. See, I always learn something new. It's okay to not be like on top every single time. Let's put it to half so that we can see what we have here. Now we just need to add a glow effect. I will use the one that I have for text and other stuff. Boom. Now, one thing I recommend you do, so you can select the glow effect, just come to presets, save animation preset, give it a name, and you will have it every single time. Give it a name that you'll remember, then just search for it and you'll have it. Although I don't really see much, because we need to lower it. Okay, and now we have the typewriter effect. Typewriter effect, we'll go to the very beginning, and then we will add our typewriter effect. Now you can see, hey, text appears, but it goes too fast. So we need to, if you want me to teach you how to do the typewriter effect, let me know, but we'll definitely need a separate video for that. Maybe a bit slower. Okay, actually, I think it's perfect. Wait, what else do we need? Do we need anything else? I think it's okay. Let's see what we have with our views. Yeah, views are still growing. Analytics is really, really good in these videos. Okay, let's see what we have again. So let's make it like 10 seconds and then we'll cut it in the After Effects. In order to kind of move frame by frame, like you can see here, right? On frame by frame, I hold Command and move with the arrow keys. On PC, it's like Control or another often used button. So we will do this, and then we will go to File, Export, Add to Render Queue, High Quality, give it a name, 1, that's it, render, perfect. Now let's go into Premiere Pro, so I'll create another project. Let's call it, what was that? 8, Control C, and we call it 8. Doesn't matter. Now we'll just put this file that we saved here, put it here. Okay, let's see what we have. Now I will add a typewriter effect. You probably cannot hear it, but maybe if I do it like this. Yeah, now you probably can hear it. So we just selected, find where the, where the text starts. Okay, it starts here. It ends here. So we'll just cut it here. Okay. That's how it goes. Now, I would also add a layer of music here. I'm not exactly sure, but I think the music that I use in shorts, I'm unable to use here. So if this video was valuable, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want a breakdown of other videos that I've created here. If you have any questions, also let me know. And yeah, thank you for watching.